Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You are welcome once again to my channel. My name is Okwayemi Stephen, your friend in the School of Learning and Development. So, as you can see on your screen today, I'll be speaking about privilege identity management, which is known as PM in Microsoft Entra ID. Now, what is this privilege identity management? Is a service in Microsoft Entra ID that enables you to manage, control, and monitor access to important resources within your organization. So you can see from the word manage, control, and what monitor what access. So which means that when you want to give people access to a certain resources, either in your Azure or any other environment, you can decide to make use of this privilege identity management, which give you the capability to withdraw that access from them if it's being misused, or if peradventure uh, the the audit log was checked and we could see that was this misuse of these resources, so we can withdraw it from that particular administrator or that particular service technician. Okay. So now, what does this privilege identity management do? It says provide just-in-time privilege access to Microsoft Entra ID and Azure resources. Assign time-bound access to resources using start and end dates. So, which means that you can assign the time the person will have access to that resources and the ending date of that particular resources you are giving that person. Next, you have what require approval to activate privilege or role. So, which means that once this person has this particular access to this resources, whenever the person wants to use it, the person needs to go and what activate this role, and the person will get what an approval to make use of it. Okay, and then we have enforce multi-factor authentication for role activation. So you can decide to enforce your MFA for this particular role for that user to be able to activate it. Then we have use justification to understand why user activates role. So which means that when they want to make use of these particular resources, they must be able to tell us why do they want to use it, for what, you understand? So they will type that particular justification, and before they can get access to that resources. Then next we have receive notification when privilege role are activated. So then we have conduct access review to ensure ongoing needs for role. So when you do the access review, if you now feel that, oh, this person hasn't used this thing for a very long time, so it means that this person does not need it. So therefore, you can what withdraw that particular resources in order to for us to manage our resources in our organization, and in order to guide against security breach. Then we have download audit history for internal or external audit. So you can download the audit, go through it, and check what has been done. Okay. Now, what are the license requirements? Now we have the Microsoft Entra ID P1, which is premium one. So we have which is the Microsoft Entra ID P1 is available as a standalone product, or include with Microsoft 365 E3 for enterprise company and Microsoft 365 business premium for business to medium businesses. So which means that for you to be able to carry out this privileged identity management, you need what? A license, which is the Microsoft Entra ID P1, or you have the what Microsoft Entra ID P2, and then we have the Microsoft Entra ID governance. So once you have this particular license, then you can be able to what you can be able to do this privilege identity management. So quickly, I would jump up to the portal and then just do a demonstration for you. Okay. Now, this is my admin environment. So, like we all know how to go to your admin, you just go to your admin.microsoft.com. So, the reason being why I'm here is that I want to as create the user that I want to give access to. Normally, I have users here, but I just want to create another user. So, I'll click on this user, click on active user, and then click on add user, and let me just create a user now. I will create the username. So it depends on your organization policy for creating users. Okay. So I'll do that. Here I'll decide to create a password for that user. Yeah, so I don't need them to change their password. So click on next. Here I will now give the user a license. Click on next. Click on next and say finish. Okay, now, so this is my user. So I will copy it. Yeah. Okay, so now I can now click on close. So now I've created my user. So from here, you now come up here and click your identity, which takes you to the entra.microsoft.com. So when you get to this place, then you come up here and click on this your identity governance. Can you see it now? Then you will see privilege identity management. So you click on that. So once you click on that, the next thing is to just click on this manage here. So when you click on the manage, so here is you see roles. Can you see it now? Can you see your roles now? So now, what do I want to do? I want to give this user access for Teams administrator so that he can manage our Teams what users in case the person can create a call queue, the person can create auto attendance and some other various things. So he's our Teams administrator. So here I'll come up here and I'll search for that role. I'll search Teams. Okay, so can you see that now? So remember that when you click on this Teams administrator, you are giving the user what? Full access to your Teams environment. Okay, so I'll click on that and then click on add assignment. Click on add assignment. So can you see it now? Select role, Teams administrator. So the scope is the directory. Then I'll now click on this. You can see it says no member selected. I'll click on here and now go and search for that user, which is Ade. That was the user I created, Ade Moses. Yep, this is the user. I'll click on that and I will say select. So can you see that now? Then I will now click on my next. Now, once you click on next, you can see here under the settings, you have assignment type, eligible, active. So if I say active here, I can come up here and now select what the start time, the start date, and the end time. Can you see that? So, but I want to just give this eligible. So, and I'll click on permanent eligible. So, if you click on this membership, you can see that's what you have there. So, so that is what I want. And I'll now click on assign. Click on assign. For instance, within the split of seconds, this has been assigned to this user. So this particular user now have access, now have access was to this, is now what our Teams administrator, but he cannot make use of it until he has to go and what activate that role. So when he's activating that role, he's justifying, telling us why he wants to make use of that role. You understand? And then he will get what an automatic approval. So how do we do that? So I will open my incognito mode, click on this place, and then I'll click on this new incognito mode. So if I click on that, now where does he need to go to activate this role? Where does he need to go to? Now, you can decide to go to portal.azure.com, or you can go to the entra.microsoft.com. Okay, so let me go to the entra.microsoft.com. Okay, that's it. Enter. Then here I'm going to sign in with that user. So this user will sign in the email address next, and then he's going to put in his password. And then say sign in here. Now, this user has been signed into the Microsoft Entra ID environment. So here he needs to come up here and look for this privilege identity management. So in case if it doesn't come out, you can just come up here and just type your PIM. Can you see that now? And you click on it, that comes out. Now, once that comes out, he will now come up here and click on what? My roles. Can you see that now? So if you click on this place now, you have active assignment, nothing. Expired assignment, nothing. Eligible assignment. So this is the role for this user. But this user cannot go to Teams environment and start working if he does not want activate this role to make use of. So here I'll click on what? Activate. Now, this is where he now needs to tell us reason why he wants to make use of it. So I can just say support. Let me just put support. Okay. Now you can see the duration. He has it up to what? 8 hours. Okay. He has 8 hours. If we want to increase it, we can go and what? Increase it from our own back end as the administrator. So click on activate. So it passed through the process of getting this role activated. So you can see you have the stage one, processing your request and activating your role. You can see stage two, validating that your activation is successful. Can you see that now? And you have stage three, activation completed successfully. So can you see that now? So now take me to this place. So now he has activated this role by going to the entra.microsoft.com and you search for your PIN. You understand? So now I want to make use of Teams administrator. That is what I have access to. So I can now click on this, click on this tab again. Let me go to CMD, CMD.mx. So this is where you get all your admin URL. So this is just like a shortcut. So now I want to go to Teams. So where is my Teams? Let's look for Teams. Okay, yeah. So this is Teams here. So can you see that now? Teams admin. So can you see that? So when you click on that, automatically is going to log in that is going to redirect that user to the admin.teams.microsoft. You understand? So, but if this particular user did not go to the Entra ID to activate that role, and you just come to admin.teams.microsoft and you want to sign in, it's not going to work. It will tell you that you are not eligible for that. So here now, you can see how our users, you can manage users. Can you see that these are users? Say if you want to create call queue, you want to do a lot of things because now he is an administrator of the Microsoft Teams. Remember that this is what privilege identity management, and he has this role activated for just what 8 hours. Okay, so after that, you might need to go again, activate it, and then make use of it. So if you come up here, you see here you can now do a lot of things you want to do in your team's environment. You want to create, you see where you have create teams device. You can see. So it's here because of is the team's administrator. He can do a whole lot of things. Yeah. Okay. So now let me go back to our admin. Now, minimize it. Now remember that this is the user that's activated. Now, if we go to settings, when you click on your settings here, so can you see now activation maximum duration 8 hours. On activation required none. Justification, require justification or activation, yes. Can you see that now? So this one we can simply come up here and click on edit and say, okay, let's say this user, we want to enforce him for what? Our MFA. We'll say okay, on activation require what? Let's say Microsoft Entra conditional access. You can see. So you can do that, or you can say what? MFA. You can see I have none. So depending on what you want. So you can see now we have required justification or activation. You have required ticket information on activation, require approval to activate. So this one you can decide to what? Just update it and now click on update. You see? So the next time the person is going to sign in again, he has to do all this. You have to activate the MFA. You understand? And we have the assignment, allow permanent eligible assignments. You can see here, you can say require Azure multi-factor authentication, notification. You can see here now, admin get notified. Here, you can now put the admin ID. You see it now? So whenever this user activates this role, you get what? Notification. Okay? And you just come up here and you update it. Is that understood? Okay, so that is all about this privilege identity management in Microsoft Entra ID. I hope you have learned something today. So if you want to practice it, it's just quite straightforward. Just if you have a developer account, you can also go and practicalize that. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you for taking your time to watch this video. I really appreciate my subscriber. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And if you are a new our subscriber, we welcome you. Thank you for subscribing. And if you are yet to subscribe and you're watching this video, I kindly encourage you to please subscribe, turn off your notification. Whenever I create a video, you have an opportunity to watch that video. So this is your friend Okoyemi in the School of Learning and Development and IT infrastructure engineer. So if you have any question for me, just put it on the comment section, or you can send me a personal message on LinkedIn and I'll be able to respond to you. Okay, thank you very much and do have a lovely time. Bye bye. See you next time.